Hey everyone, it's Jody here, your Wednesday host for SelFTMade, and I'm glad to be back. I apologize I'm getting this video up late. Wednesday definitely ran me. I did not run Wednesday. And so let's jump into this week's topic, which is how did we know or when did we know we were trans? And so let's kind of talk about my process. Some people talk about having like this light bulb aha moment when they're like, that kind of moment. I didn't really have that type of a moment, and I'll kind of tell you how I did a little bit, but I don't really consider this like kind of moment. So here we go. When I was growing up at like an elementary school, I was super girly for a while, and then I turned into a tomboy. And then one of my really good guy friends, I would have him draw me, and my vision of myself was having a six-pack abs, really big muscles, and I was gonna be like 6 foot. I was gonna be a ladies' man. Like, that's what I told everyone, that I was gonna be a ladies' man. And then I would always get upset when I couldn't be a guy part, like in a play or when you're reading out loud, like a play out loud in class. I was always super pissed. I couldn't understand why the teacher wouldn't let me be a guy. Like, it was the craziest thing to me at the time. And so, sorry, And so at the time, I kind of just went on my life, no big deal. And then I got into high school, and that's when I kind of started exploring kind of like my gender expression and my kind of androgynous look that I had. I guess that's a better word. So throughout growing up, if I wasn't wearing like feminine clothes, like when I was a tomboy, like people would mistake me all the time for a guy. Like, it was inevitable. Like, people thought my brother and I were twin boys, and it was super embarrassing for me to have to tell people I was a female, or for like people to correct these people. And I didn't really understand why I would be embarrassed about it. Even when I got in college, I would still get embarrassed, and I just couldn't figure out why I was embarrassed. And so, backing up into high school, I started meeting people, a few people offline, that went to other high schools as a guy. And I didn't really understand why I was doing that, but I just felt really compelled to do this. And I only did it a couple times, nothing ever happened to me, which is very, very fortunate, because something definitely could have. But I always met people in a public place where there was lots of people, and I usually would have one or two friends with me. And I told them what was going on, but they didn't really pay attention, they didn't really care. They were like, alright, whatever. I think they thought I was like just messing with people. And then I had a girlfriend when I was 16 in high school, and I told my best friend at the time that I was dating a female, but I was not a lesbian. Even though there was people that have identified me with that label, I have never actually identified with that label as my sexuality myself. And I didn't really understand that either, but I was like, you know what, I'm just me, I'm just doing what I want, what feels right for me in these moments, and so this is what I'm doing, kind of throughout like my entire life. And then I got a 2-year scholarship playing softball at a community college in Oregon, and that was when, a couple of years in, I met a trans woman, and I was so curious about her transition. I was curious about her life, about how she transitioned from male to female, and I wanted to know everything. And so my curiosity was like huge, and I was like, oh my goodness, like, this is like what somebody did with their life. You can do this in life. And so I guess there was like that kind of aha moment, and then I just started doing a lot of research, and then I met this trans woman's boyfriend at the time, and he was starting his transition. He was getting ready to graduate high school, and we're actually still really good friends. And so I've seen him grow up from when he was an itty bitty baby, which he's like 30 now, and I met him when he was like 17, 18. I think he was closer to 18. But anyway, that doesn't matter. And so I did lots of research, and then I knew that I wanted to transition. I was like, oh my goodness, this makes so much sense on why I've been embarrassed for people to find out that I was a girl. It makes sense on why I was meeting people offline as a guy, and why I was always much more comfortable being like viewed as a guy rather than a female in public. And I would never correct people, but like my friends or my family would correct them, and I was just super embarrassed about it. And so I was like really on the edge of getting ready to join the military when I was looking into all of this information. And so with some support from my online friends on MySpace and LiveJournal, I decided to postpone my transition and join the military, and I did that for 4.5 years. And so there we go. Now you have my life story, and I did postpone my transition for 4.5 years plus, so I could be in the military, and then other shenanigans that happened after that. But that's it for now. If you guys have any other questions for me that I didn't maybe answer in this video, please leave me a comment down below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, I will see you guys next Wednesday. Peace!